I'm gonna give you this short presentation about a very short and cheap project that we have just at the moment. This is a project which combines research, management and citizen science. And I said it was short. The field work is done over only one weekend, or for practical reasons, a week. And the idea is simple. You should count geese at defined sites, and we are absolutely dependent on volunteers, citizen scientists. So we have spent some time before this weekend to engage those people. And then we have some month afterwards to analyze the data. We have a web page for the purpose. I know this is about citizen science, but I have to give you a few slides, a little information about the Greylag geese in Denmark. We have something like 15,000 pairs of Greylag geese in Denmark, and we know it's probably a bad estimate. We know also that we have had a huge increase in the population size, 7 to 8 times what we had 30 years ago. We know also that every year 60,000 geese, Greylag geese, are shot in Denmark. And we know the number of geese shot and the population itself has been increasing and then been stable for the last 5 years or so. This is not only something we do in Denmark, it's part of a international management initiative by AEVA, which works with management of geese and other water birds. We are working on a population, the same population that goes all the way from northern Norway to southern Spain. So we have two management units here. We have a northern management unit that are migrants. So they breed in Scandinavia, they move to Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, and some go further on to Spain. And in Netherlands, Belgium, they meet another management unit, the resident part of the population that stays there all year round. And, or maybe I, no, sorry. The problem is that in Belgium and the Netherlands, they shoot a lot of Greylag geese, and they want to know whether these geese are actually their own breeding birds or it's birds coming from the north. So that's why we need to know in every country how many birds do we actually have, like in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, etc. So the aim for this project was to improve the population estimate in Denmark, and they do similar things in the other Nordic countries at the moment. We should also evaluate the use of the citizen science for this purpose. And especially we wanted to involve hunters. Traditionally, we have done a lot of bird counts with including citizen science. Many ornithologists count all the birds they see all the time, anywhere. So we have involved them like in hundreds of years, but now we wanted to see if we could involve hunters as well, which they don't have any tradition for. And then we should also try to describe the best way to do this in the future, because actually we wanted to do it next year, next year, next year again. So we should find a cost-effective way to do this the most smart way. But number two is what we are here for today. We know, of course, a lot about Greylag goose. It's a very common bird in Denmark, but we don't know how variable it is, the habitats they use at this specific time of the year. And we have to count the birds at this time of the year because the breeding season is over. They have molded. That means they are out in the open space again. They don't hide in the bushes. they are out, and we can count them before they start migration to the south, and actually also before the hunt starts. The hunting season starts 1st of August in Denmark for this species. So we wanted to ask people to go out and see if they could count geese. We wanted to search. We don't know where they found them and where they searched for them, but didn't find them. And we want to make a model where we could try to estimate how many birds are there in the areas. We didn't access. Sorry, it's quite disturbing this. So the idea is to make a reasonable estimate of the total population. So the aim here was to improve the coverage and involving a large new group of volunteers. And the lucky part of it was that the hunters organization, they were very interested in involving their hunters. So we had offered a kind of a new group to take into this work. Greylags is very easy to find, rather easy to count, and at this time of the year, every person who was interested in participating could actually do it. It's not a specialist. Yeah, doesn't matter. We have a tradition for doing such counts in Denmark. So every year and several times of the year we have such kinds of countings happening, and we have something like 100 very dedicated and skilled ornithologists that we send out to different parts of the country. They do it for free. We pay their fuel if they are interested. So now we spend a lot of time trying to engage the new group, and we succeeded in engaging another 100 people. And you can't see my map, but doesn't matter. What we learned from this is that we ask those people, the new group, to go to other areas than the experienced group already did, and we got something 15 to 20% more observations in on that way.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, we had the established. We had some challenges. The established group we are used to. They know we have a network, and they know what. Are we on the same team?
Trying to.
Okay. We have an existing network. They all know the methods we use. They have a background where they understand what this is about. They are skilled, and we know what their traditions are, what their interests are in this. They are kind of a homogeneous group, and that means we can spend very little time on communication and little time on information to different parts of the media. But the new group, we had no network. They didn't know the methods. They had low knowledge on what we're actually doing. We didn't know what their traditions were, what their interest in this was. And they came from different groups we didn't know of. So it was a different task for us, and we had to communicate a lot more. We spent a lot more time to do this, and we also had to go several ways to try to reach those people and to bring the information we need. Blue sky. Okay, so we did a lot of. Firstly we prepared a website so that we could bring people's attention to this website, where we could bring a lot of information on, and then we used all the network we had, all different kind of groups. We made several articles in their magazines, members' magazines, and their websites for the social media, LinkedIn, everywhere we could imagine. We gave a presentation at a national conference. We produced a poster, which we linked to everywhere, and we had direct mails to people we knew. We went to the national authorities and asked for the help. So we did a lot, really, and then we communicated a lot, because when we got people in, when they contacted us, said, I am interested in this, we started communicating, and then it should be fun for them to be part of this. It should be interesting, and I think we succeeded. Can I change my slide? It's already? Okay. And afterwards, after the count happened last weekend, we sent out a questionnaire to all these people, because we wanted to understand, what did you learn from this? How did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Did we do a good job, actually? Simple questionnaire, 11 questions. We asked for their background. Are they hunters, birdwatchers, farmers, anything else? We asked for their motivation. And then we asked for, what do you think of the survey? Did we give the right information? Did we give too much information? Was it easy to use the technical parts? Was the service good enough? Did we reply to you as quick as you wanted, and so on? And and then we gave people the opportunity to comment whatever they liked. And so far we have, I think 75% have replied already now. That's quite good, I hear. And they're generally positive, and there's a clear pattern in what we should improve next time. And that's the wonderful thing about this. And then we have their reply. We gave them a deadline within a week. We'll probably give them a few more days, and then we can use what we have, and then it's very quickly done. We can go on with it and say, we have this data material for this, and we can learn a lot from it. And so the big question is, was it worth it? Could it pay off to involve a new group in this work? Because we already have a very good group. Is it worth to try to involve another group? And yes, we got a better estimate of the total population, which was the main aim of this. And we had other solutions. We could actually have, instead of letting me spending a lot of time communicating with those people, we could have asked a group of volunteers or students to go to the different places and look for the birds. So we had other opportunities. But we wouldn't have a project in the same way. We would just engage a group of people. Was it the cheapest solution? No, it wasn't, because we spent a lot of time here. But I'm not sure it would be a lot more expensive if we did it another way. And then there are other advantages, because this is also a long-term investment. We really hope that this group will want to be involved next time. Or next time again. We also hope that they will learn something from it, so that they will say, oh, this is really interesting. It's not only stupid people that decide when we can hunt birds. It's actually because they think of it, they know what they do. So if they get involved, they will also be interested in understanding other parts of it. So that's a benefit. We can never check whether it could pay off or not. And I'm sure we've become better, because we needed to adapt what we do to what's happening here. The answers we got, the simply communicating with people, what were their questions. So we learned a lot as well. And now I prepared a new slide instead. And all this, that's my last slide. I think it looks a bit like the one before, but all this was preliminary. I haven't had the chance to talk to my colleagues about this. We haven't had the time to study the replies or the data that came in. So in the next few months, We will look at the data on the birds, and we'll look on the replies we received from the volunteers. But so far I can say it was a jolly good time. Thank you.